All right. A lot of you guys know I applied to like 3 complete reach schools during the semester off to see if I can get in for the fall, because I'm gonna do fall admission. A little shaky. I just got an email from UNC that my decision is ready, and by the looks of the email, it looks like I probably got rejected, which is fair. I don't have the stats to get into any of these schools. They're just all reaches. So, yeah, it was just a lot of work to put into applying to all these. So, it's kind of important. Obviously, I want to get in and apply to not get in, but I understand that it's more than likely that I don't get into any of these. So I'm trying not to get my hopes too high. But 99% positive I just got rejected based on the email. However, I'll probably die, but let's see it for ourselves. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get that nervous, especially about UNC, because it's the one I care the least about, for sure. The other 2 are Yale and Cornell, so this is the most likely that I get in, but it's still like pretty big reach. Just gotta pull up the portal. Having trouble typing. I'm just really having a lot of anxiety. God, fucking heaven. You just had to hit log in, huh? And that's it? Like, that's wild. I just can't. I really can't. I've put so much effort. You have entered an invalid email address or password. It's probably because I'm already no longer an applicant. You got rejected. You don't want to go to UNC. Right. Oh, status update. Click here to view your application update. So you gotta click something. Bro, my heart is beating out my chest. Like, really? I don't even really want to go here that bad. Like, if I got accepted, I don't know if I'd go. Dead ass. I can't do this. So it says, congratulations. It gives us great pleasure to welcome you to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and our College of Arts and Sciences. Not only are we confident that you will thrive at Carolina, but we believe you will contribute to the education of your classmates and the life of our community. You have an exciting and important future ahead of you, and we would be honored to have you, Carolina, next step of your journey. Sorry. There's just a lot of effort. If you know me, you know how challenging it was to apply to the University of North Carolina. God, now I got a decision, huh? I mean, based on what the other 2 say, but they're most likely gonna say no, but like, do I go to Suffolk or do I go to Corny? I'm just really proud of myself for putting myself from where I was, like dropping out of college, putting myself in a position to where I could get accepted. into a university like UNC. Not only me, I mean, it was a team effort. You know, plenty of people helped. All my friends, Rob, Cal, Leif, even Justin, you know, Mike Johnson, Liam Costa. You know, if I didn't shout you out, I'm sorry, but I definitely should have. You know, a lot of people helped. Rob helped me do a lot of editing, a lot of essays. Cal came in the clutch a good amount of times where I needed him to print something out for me or bring something to class or, you know, help me study, and he helped me do that. Which, you know, like a couple of those papers he brought to class, you never know. Could have been the difference between getting an A and B in that class, and that could be the difference of getting in or not. Leif, with all his advisement, you know, and support and help, it's always big. Always willing to help if I had a problem. Justin, you know, looking at his life and how awful it is gave me motivation to be better. I'm just kidding. I love you, Justin. You know.
Quick break just for an editing king. Again, I'm just rewatching this and noticing that I didn't like specifically call out what Liam Costa did. I did mention his name, but please don't feel upset about it. I was very like flustered at that point in time, but I just want to specifically say like his contribution to my success is like undescribable. I mean, like he was seriously like a big catalyst in me molding myself into someone who could be a 4.0 kid. He was there my first semester and really helped me along through the process and was like a good healthy competition for me to make school a competition, because if something's not competitive for me, I'm not interested in it. And we were able to compete with grades, and that got me interested, and it got me grinding, which got me that first 4.0, which kind of like fed the fire, like, ooh, I can do that. I can get a 4.0, and then the rest is history. But always willing to help, you know, amidst the competition. You know, if you're competing with someone, you want him on your fucking team. You know what I mean? Because he'll make you grind in the gym, but he'll always be there to pick you up. I mean, if I ever had a problem with math or something, kid was there to help me trying to figure it out with homework, or if I just needed someone to talk to about, you know, how tough things were going, always there. And I do seriously appreciate that more than you could ever imagine. And the other thing I want to talk about real quick, again, this is kind of down the line, but I want to give a huge shout out, specifically, again, just to everyone that I've spoken to, and this includes Mike Johnson, Leif, Cal, Rob, blah, blah, blah. Just for listening. I mean, not in this point in the process, like with the application process. I'm talking like the next 6 months after this entire video ended, has been just torturous. Just like I've gone through a lot of adversity, and just you guys being there, just not like you can't do much, but I can't imagine how annoying it is for me every day, every couple days, to have to come to you and be like, this happened now this happened now this happened now. And I hate like constantly spewing negativity on people. But you guys did a great job of, you know, being my friend and like constantly hearing me out and feeling for me and never putting me down for it or like blowing it off or saying like it wasn't that big of a deal. Like everyone throughout the board was always supportive, and that's something that I will never take for granted. It's huge, and it was a big reason that kept me going and pushing to finally complete it and get in and like just finish the job, which literally just happened now. Like those videos that you're watching throughout this entire video, April, July. We are in July. I'm not even gonna go through it. Huge story. I'll know in my brain what happened throughout this last 6 months. But I just wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to everyone who's dealt with my annoying rants about all the problems I've had, and been there to support me through them, because without you listening and advising and being there for me and supporting me, mentally, I don't know how I would have been able to to get through it. So I just want to say thank you so much to you guys, Leif, Rob, Cal, Liam, and Mike Johnson as well as other people. I mean, I've spoke to about it to countless other people. Sean Meyer, thank you so much for listening. Like, there are other people, and I'm just failing to mention, and please don't take it personally, because it's not like that. It's just, whatever's going on in my mind right now is whatever's coming out. Just know, you guys can all go fuck yourself. That's really it. Just go and fuck yourself. Just right in the asshole. That's it.
Oh. King got into UNC. The financial package is coming in a couple weeks, so I'm not crying. I'm just wiping my face. Oh, wow. King signing off. Cornell just sent me an email. It's not even beat around the bush, I'm really trying to do positive visualization, but I'm just having a really hard time. Been very down in the dumps feeling last couple days. So it's actually, I was doing a lot of positive visualization of this. Like, every time I thought about it, not even on purpose, this or Yale or UNC, I would always think, oh, I'm getting in. Like, not like arrogantly, but like just like have visions of me getting in and it being exciting and stuff. But lately, all I can think about is me not getting in, which is bad. And I don't want to put that into the semi, put that into the universe. I don't know if I want to go here. Like what I said with UNC, I didn't want to go. Now it's the only school I've been thinking about forever. So, since I got that acceptance letter, once someone shows interest in you, you tend to show more interest in them. That's kind of how humans and anything works. Cornell's been secretly my number one for quite some time because it's an Ivy, and I don't want to say it's because like the I did it factor or like the the name brand kind of Gucci thing. It's more like validation that it was worth it, all the effort the last 2 years, and like this whole process been a lot on me, and validation to know that I'm worth it. Like everything was worth it, and that I'm good enough. I want to be good enough, and I want my effort to be worth it. I already got into a good school, so I can't be that upset. So I was rejected, which is fair. I feel like this is my fault. I did call them and say like I wanted a decision sooner than later, which was stupid. It's okay. I'm not as upset as I thought it was gonna be. Thought this would have really like made me cry and shit, but I'm kind of almost relieved that it's over. That this situation is no longer weighing on me. So that's really positive. I don't want to say I'm confused or surprised, but I am at the same time. I truly didn't think I should get in, but I don't know, I just felt like I was going to. But that's personal bias. When you're you think, the world happens to you, or you happen to the world, and it all revolves around you. But I understand it doesn't. But like when you're in a situation like this, you can assume you have a better shot than you do because of that. Yeah, it's a very nice letter they wrote. Certainly, your academic record, personal information, and supporting materials indicate that you have much to contribute to any college community. Blah, 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 you know. We have no doubt you could take full advantage of Cornell education. Unfortunately, we can't accept. It's fair. It's fair. My high school grades are not good enough, for sure. That's that, huh? I don't know what to do with myself. You know, I've kind of been like stuck on this problem, or like been trying to figure out what the goal or what the plan was for so long, and now it's like, boom. Not exactly the answer I wanted, but you know, it's like one of those things when you want something for so long and you finally get it, it's like, ooh, now you gotta do something. But I didn't get it, so now I don't gotta do something. I've been kind of preparing to have to do something. I still have UNC, and it looks more and more like that's where I'm going. Unless Yale wants to pull a Hushka Dushka. I almost hope they don't, but yeah, I think you can consider this a, it's actually funny, I was thinking about doing it today regardless of even hearing from Cornell, because they were supposed to respond months later than this. I was just gonna say, you know what, I'm too stressed out, the hell with it. I'll commit to UNC. They've been really helpful, really awesome the whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm just editing now and rewatching this. And there was a point in time I thought UNC was helpful and awesome. I had no idea what was about to happen for the next 6 months of my life. Helpful.
Now it's the king signing off. Couple thoughts. I really wanted to go to an Ivy League school. That meant a lot to me. Just a validation, whatever I said before. But I'm just sitting here thinking, A, I'm kind of happy I'm going to be able to finally get out and go down south, which I've been wanting to do. It's been really, because people here suck, but I'm not like upset, more so disappointed, but the reason I started this again is I wanted to discuss, the reason I really did this was, apply to these reach schools is so that I wouldn't feel like I didn't, or that I did not. So I couldn't have any regrets, is what I'm saying. I almost feel like I didn't do it. I don't have that sense of like, okay, well, at least I tried. I feel like I didn't try. I don't know why. I feel like I didn't do the best I could. Like I could have still got in, but I just didn't do enough. And like I'll still never know, which is the worst thing for me to feel right now, because this was, the very least, was supposed to just have me feel like, okay, well, at least I tried, and I don't have to think about, well, what would happen if I would have applied to Cornell? Would I have got in? I applied to Cornell. I didn't get in, which is fair, completely fair. Again, I do not have the statistics to get into Cornell, or UNC, for that matter, which I got in. I don't know. I don't have that sense of like, okay, well, at least I tried. I feel like I fucked up. I feel like I didn't try my hardest. But there's no like, I wrote a good essay, in the time that I had. At least I thought I did. Like, I tried. I wrote emails and shit. Like, I did all I could. I just gotta have to, I'm telling myself on camera, but I gotta have to rationalize that and tell myself that, like, I'd rather know that I wasn't good enough than have to think that I could have been. That's, for me, that's worse. I'd rather be told that I'm not good enough than that I could have been good enough, but you didn't give all you had. That's a lot more damning than going out, giving all you had. I had such a weird feeling that Yale was going to come out the same day Cornell did. Only because I guess like the schools do that, but like it wasn't known they were gonna do because Cornell's on a rolling basis. So really, it doesn't like that's not how it matches up for transfers. I don't know. I just checked my email. I had a feeling Yale was coming out today. I didn't think Cornell was going to. But I checked my email. None of that made sense. So let me just refresh. Once Cornell's came out, I was like, I think Yale's going to come out the same day. I just have a feeling. But in the beginning of the day, I thought it was just going to be Yale. I had a strong feeling Yale was going to come out. But I just checked my email because I feel like they emailed me. They emailed me, clearly. I am ready for my rejection, baby. It has been a long time coming. And the king just wants to be told that I am rejected. So I can get so I can just know that I'm either going to Adelphi for I'm going to the University of North Carolina, let's just put it that way. Wow, I feel like this is the one I've had the easiest time with by far. I got rejected. Let me save this. I really did not want to go to Yale. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that was probably, out of the three, the one I wanted to go to the least. The whole vibe and everything is just so not my vibe. Like, it's not a sports school at all. Not that Cornell is. UNC is the biggest sports school, but it's just like, from watching videos and stuff and hearing what people say about it, it's just not, like, it'd be good for my career, but it's not my vibe at all. Like, I'm not a Yale kid. You know what I mean? I'm just not. I wanted to be because I'm not. You know what I mean? I wanted to be just like to flip off the kids that were. But I'm really glad actually that I'm not stuck with the decision of having to choose to not go, and that my spot was given to someone who probably really wanted to, not just for their career, but just, for their own happiness, and like they really, really wanted to. Not judgment about your own ability or potential, blah, blah, blah. More than 1,300 individuals applied to transfer to Yale this year. That's interesting. They accepted 30 students out of 1,300, so that just shows you it's like 1 point something or even lower. Yale I actually feel really good about. I'm actually really happy about that. It's over. I applied, I gave it my all, and I got rejected. And now I know I would not have been able to get into Yale. But I tried. I really tried. I don't know why I have such reservations about Cornell. Like that I could have done more. I think it's because I called. I called and I was like, when are they coming out? And I sounded disappointing on the phone when they said a long time. Clearly it wasn't. I didn't even have to call. It came out on the 12th. I would have been fine for my decision. But that's all right. Listen, I think it's much more likely that I just was not a good enough applicant than my disgruntled phone call changed it. And I wasn't even really disgruntled. By that, I'm, very over-exaggerating it. I'm over-exaggerating it quite a bit. I basically just said, oh, that's unfortunate that it's that late. That was it. But I'm happy about the whole Yale thing. Yale's over. I gave it my best go. We'll see, maybe down the line in graduate school with some whoosh like that. But I got it to UNC. I'm going to spend the day kind of pondering that, making sure that that's really what I want to do. Because, just because I only have one egg doesn't mean I have to eat the one egg. I could fast. You always have to remember that's an option. Not eating. So, take a look at the egg that's already in the basket. See how much I really want to eat it. Now, I still have Adelphi. I just they're gonna send me my admissions decision in a week or so. So we'll see. If they offer me like pretty close to full, could consider that. Could also go back to Suffolk. I'm not going back to Suffolk though. I don't think. That's where they get you though. Definitely go back to Suffolk after I said that. But yeah, UNC looks like the move. I'm gonna go and really look at the egg, as I said. Make sure it's everything I want it to be. Make sure there's nothing else that I could do that's better. And if, you know, with the options now on and off the table that are on and off the table, I can fully assess how good of an option UNC is. You know, if it was Yale, Cornell, UNC, and now these aren't options anymore, is that the best one, or is there one like UConn or some one of the other colleges I was thinking about? Are they really above it, and I should backtrack and do that first before I make a decision? But I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm honestly ecstatic that I have answers. Sometimes you don't always want the right answers, you just want answers, and that's where I was for a long time. Just the anxiety of the unknown is much more than the worst possible scenario. That's always the case. Don't forget that. That's why kids cry when they're getting shots, or I cry when I'm getting my blood taken. You know, it's the anxiety of the unknown, not the worst case possible. The worst case possible is oftentimes, you know, it's life. You live and you move on. It's not always that bad. But the anxiety of not knowing, it's always gonna holler. But glad that's over with. Got my rejection letter from Yale. I'm gonna print that out, hang it up. I wish it was nicer though. I wanted like a nice rejection letter. Maybe I'll email them and say like, hey King, you know, like just throw something in there for me. I paid $8 to apply. Give a little hoosh and a holler. I'm gonna put it up in my room right next to my butcher's contract, and I'm gonna call it a day. Somehow I've been much happier getting the rejections from Cornell and Yale than I have been from getting accepted to UNC. I tried. I really tried. Now I'll have no regrets. Whatever you get from that, please take it and apply it to your life. Do everything you can. Even if it seems crazy out of reach. Just because it is, doesn't mean it is, and it doesn't mean it's not, but doesn't mean you shouldn't try it, you know, just because it's out of reach. Because then you look back and think, well, how far out of reach was it? Especially the further away you get from the scenario, your vision gets foggy of how close or how far you were to really actually possibly attaining that goal. So always strive to do the best you can and achieve the best you can while you can, in the moment. And if you don't, that's cool. You'll clearly outline the best possible option, and then you can just go with that and feel great about it because you knew that you tried all you could and that you'll never settle. Because no one should ever settle. No one. There's no settling here. Only grinding. Never stop grinding. King Kirsch. Here it is. It looks like you're looks like your boy's about to be a Tar Heel. Here we go. Let's get ready to start the next chapter of my life. This part you're not going to be there for, but that was the celebratory click. I'll give you another one that's more satisfying than that. That's it. Accepted my admission. Put the camera like this. Just easier right now. Not it's gonna be weird in the video, but I don't really give a shit. I hope you guys like the hair. King takes corny. That's what all the newspapers are gonna say. The king takes corny. They're not going to know what's coming, I'll tell you that. Finally going down south. I did it. I know what I was saying before with validation with the Ivies, but I put in all the work for 2 years at Suffolk, or a year and a half. Worked my ass off. Had awful grades in high school. Would have no shot at any point after high school. You would never think of me as someone that can go to a school like this or even be in this position to apply for schools like this with any reasonability. And you know what? I completely changed my future. I changed my fate by just saying I'm just going to do the best I can and try and see what kind of position I can put myself in for the future. And I did that. I put my head down and I grinded. Never stopped grinding. And I afforded myself this opportunity. There was a lot of help from a lot of people along the way. But I gave this to myself by never giving up on myself and not using my current position after high school as the end, using it as a starting point to, or like as scratch, as nothing, where I could, you can always build yourself from the point you're at now. You can't let your past kind of define you, and thankfully UNC did not, I guess, take my high school grades into account that much and realize I'm a different person now, which I am. And I'm just excited to start my journey there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Certainly the next step in the kingdom. This isn't the last you're going to hear from me. Okay, more big things to come, as always. I'm going to kill it North Carolina, and then I'm going to be a general manager of a Major League Baseball team.
Last but not least, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for believing in me. I want to thank me for doing all this hard work. I want to thank me for having no days off. I want to thank me for never quitting. I want to thank me for always being a giver and trying to give more than I receive. I want to thank me for trying to do more right than wrong. I want to thank me for just being me at all times.